Hello everybody, this is Mo and this is Mo Chat. Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a news commentary and some kind of Mo's opinion time, okay? It is October the 9th, 2016. It is now 8:18 p.m. on a Sunday night. Recently in the news, I read an article about some government legislators talking about making people who receive welfare benefits to take a drug test. Now, there seems to be a lot of big chaos coming up about this. Some people think that if people who draw welfare have to take a drug test, that it may make them feel ashamed, or we're picking on them, or we're somehow taking away their rights or something. Okay, but here's the deal. In most states in the United States, illegal drugs, okay, and I'm talking about major drugs, okay, I'm not just talking about your simple marijuana people, okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about drugs that kill people, kill children, kill teenagers. They put our doped up kids behind the wheel of a car and they end up killing themselves, someone else, their friends, their family. You know what I'm saying. I'm talking about the kind of drugs that take the mind away from a person, that ruins you for the rest of your life, okay? I'm talking about serious drugs, heroin, cocaine. You know what I'm talking about. It's out there. Now, I'm going to tell you something about shaming poor people. There are many people in the United States that were raised poor. Many. I am one of them. I was raised poor. I'm not ashamed of that fact. I'm pretty proud of it because I learned a lot being raised poor that makes me a good person today. But I didn't do drugs. Okay, I didn't go out and buy drugs. When I was living from penny to penny, I didn't even get any assistance. So let me tell you something. To say that you might shame a poor person, no, I'm not falling for that. I don't think that's a good enough reason to let people off the hook. I really don't. Now let's sit back and just think about this for a minute. Okay? If you are a mother of 3 children and you're drawing welfare, and your caseworker suddenly says, okay, we're going to need you to do a drug test. Well, if you're not doing drugs and you don't have any problem with that, then what's the big issue? If you're not doing drugs, then you shouldn't be worried about it. That's what I'm saying. Okay? If you have children and you are asking for assistance to help raise your children because you cannot afford to care for them yourself, then you should not have a problem with going down and doing a drug test. If you love your children, why not? Why not do what is going to benefit yourself and your children? Now, on the other hand, let's say you're a drug dealer and you've got 3 children and you're going down and getting benefits every single month. You're signed up for it. You go down there and you get it. And you take it down to what's his name on the corner and you give him your benefits and he hands you a bag of drugs. And then your caseworker says, can you pass a drug test this time? Well, if you're doing drugs, you might have a problem with that. But guess what? If you get caught doing drugs and using the very money that is supposed to be used to better yourself and your children, then I'm sorry. I don't think you deserve those benefits. And that's all there is to it. An easier way to solve this problem would be when you go down and you are filing for welfare and they say, we want you to take a drug test, take it. Okay? And to the people in charge of making this a rule, if they come in, they do a drug test, and they fail the drug test, why don't you have it set up to where you will give them the food stamps for 1 month, but they have to enroll in a rehab program stating that they are trying to get off of drugs and that they will not use their benefits to do that. Well, it may not solve all of the problems, but it could solve some of them. At least somebody would realize, look, I need help, and maybe they'll get it. Maybe that would save some of the money. If they absolutely refuse to get into a rehab program or they refuse to do the test, then do not give them the welfare benefits. And if they have children, send out a home care to check on those children. If they're not okay, put them in a foster home until the living conditions are improved. Problem solved. There you go. How hard was that? I mean, really. If you want to be fair about it, you need to think about all the people that work in the United States. Every day we work. Veterans even work their tails off. Some of them come home disabled and they're still working. They get part-time jobs and they still pay taxes, even though they went and fought for their country. And do you know where that tax money goes? It goes into the welfare system, the Medicare system, all of that. It goes to take care of people who cannot take care of themselves. So what's fair is fair. Think about it. If someone is abusing the system by taking those benefits and giving it to someone that is selling you stuff that's going to kill you, you don't deserve those benefits. That's all there is to it. So, fix it, people. Our government is supposed to be full of some of the smartest people that are supposed to know how to take care of this country. Well, you've been letting people get away with this, ripping off the American people, ripping off the government, ripping off the state. They do it every day, and you know they do it. It's out there. It's on the street. You see it happening every single day. The very people that you give food stamps to are spending it for something else. They're not buying food with it. They're giving it to someone else for drugs, for alcohol. There you go. There's your answer. It is plain and simple. And if our government doesn't know that, then by God, we need some new people in there. Because it's been going on for years. How hard is it? Figure it out. This is just my opinion, but it's a message to our government. You need to wake up. You need to make the rules just a little bit tougher. Okay? That's simple. It's just that simple. Make it tougher. Make them face up the responsibility. They need to be looking for a job, actively looking for work, and they need to pass a drug test. Problem solved. This is Mo's opinion, and that's what I think about drug testing and welfare. Oh yeah. Please don't be too mad at me. I know there are a lot of people that need benefits. I know there are some legitimate cases that need welfare. They need it in order to get back on their feet. But there are some people that take advantage of the system, and they need to be stopped. That's just the way it is. Please post your comments and hit that subscribe button. And forgive me if I touched a raw nerve. But I'm going to have a cup of coffee and I'm going to relax. Because talking about things like this can certainly get people upset. Especially those of us that care about the United States. We become impassioned and we become irritated when we know that something is wrong and no one is fixing it. Think about it, people. Have a good night. Bye.